Hello, this is Andrea. Welcome to my crafting channel. And I have to show you here today so I'm looking at the paper. April ABC's Junk Journal Challenge 2024 for Dear Julie Julie. This is the journal I made. And it's probably the chunkiest one I've ever made. So far. It's a big one, and it has this extra thing on top. So it is 6 inches by 9 inches by, I believe this is 2 1/4 inches. And there are 120 pages plus a tip-in, plus this topper thing here. Let me see if I can find what that's called. That is stackable, removable, or stacked removable journal with ties closure. Not sure I did it the right way. I hope I did. I think I was supposed to make 2 different or 3 different size boards. Anyway, the digitals I used were Pet Rescue, which this is one of them, and Blue Birds 2. So here's what it looks like from the top and everything. I did well, let me take this off first. This is my topper. So this is what it looks like. And I made it very flat inside because I made this for a specific person and they sketch, and I wanted them to be able to use this for sketching. So the front part has regular, it has regular scrapbooking type paper. Plus I have a little bit of ephemera in here, right there. And then I have, this is all drawing paper back here. Here is the main journal, and this is my first time making the cover this way. Usually I cover the outside with fabric and I tuck it under, and then I put a piece of paper on the inside, but I did fabric on both sides, and there's cardboard in between, so it's not sewn. Hopefully it stays together pretty well, but it's got a nice, I don't know what you call this, fraying on the side. So here we go. I'm not going to remember the names of all the items that are in here. I got to sit down. But this is part of this was part of an Easter card. Oh, so the theme for this journal is just pets. Because who I made it for, she loves animals. And this is a postcard from, like, I think it's 1964. And it's between different relatives. It's someone in my family that this is for. So here is I can't remember what this was. It was like over, like you flip it open and you can write here or here. And then this is from the page of quilted tags. I only put one of these in here because I want to use the rest of them for other journals. I really like them. We got this fabric from Big Mama Sandy Moore. I'll put a link to her. I'll put all the links in the description below, but I'll put a link to her channel too. This is just a little tuck with some things in it. I had started making this journal as part of, we started making a journal as, like I had won the, if you do, okay, here, this is how I'll describe it. Every month, Julie does a challenge, and if you finish the challenge by the end of the month and put all your pictures up on the Facebook group by the end of the month, then the next month, the following month, there's a party and you get a new digital. And the new digital we got was the Pet Rescue. And so you have a party, and during the party you start making stuff. And I had started making stuff and I didn't finish it, but we didn't, for this challenge, we got to use, if we wanted to, something we already started working on. So I had started working on that. This is a paper I got from someone at the gathering. I can't think of her name and I'm sorry. This is the envelope with a kite. It opens like this and you can write here, and then oops, inside I have a little piece of stationery I got from Julie. I'm in the I'm on the Patreon. I'm on one of the levels where you get the level I'm on. I think it's Emerald. I don't remember. She sends, in addition to the other stuff, she sends a thing in the mail that's like a packet of different things you can use. You know, ephemera and design things little. Well, this came with it. This little frame came in one of them, and this butterfly, isn't that pretty? And this ticket. Okay, so this is just a napkin. Here I have, I think this was called gatefold something, and it opens like this. And I have a little thing I put in here, a little tag, some paper. Oh, there's a little stamped animals back there, and just a couple of little plain tags in here. Sorry if I get some of these names wrong. I think this was like note page with book page edges. So that's for writing on. This piece is from Blue and Birds too. And like these pieces here and here are from Pet Rescue. I think it's called Pet Rescue. It might be called Animal Rescue. This was the book page pocket, and I just have this. I admit is from one of the other digitals. I think it might have been a Friday freebie, but I really like this. It's like an old bingo card. Like it's the style that I think is from England. I'm not sure. This is 2 pair of pockets on a page. So I have just a little piece of note paper in here. Here is my round tag with a pocket, and I like the way this came out. These were from a Friday freebie also. So Julie gives out a one-page freebie every week, and then we make stuff on Friday out of it. In here I just have a little bit of extra paper. And oops, this is just a little extra card I made. And this is the tip-in. I put this in as a tip-in. Oops. This I made for when we did that thing and I didn't do it right. Anyway, so it's just a page. I don't want to discuss it. I messed it up. So this is another tuck, and this is a piece of origami paper. I don't know if you ever felt origami paper, but it's so thin. It makes a nice noise and feeling, and you can still write on it. This is the Zorro tag, and these are Dear Julie Digital. This is just some watercolor paper I had extra of from like a couple years ago when I did a whole big board. I cut it up and used the extra stuff. This is just an extra tag, plain tag. That's the first signature. Here's the second signature. This is junk mail envelope, flap up with a window. Okay, and inside of it I have the coin envelope with policy pocket, and inside of that is another Dear Julie digital. I like this one. I don't know if it's like a label or like a calling card type thing, but I like that it kind of also looks like a not a napkin, like a handkerchief. This is just a folded over piece of paper to write on. This is the torn page go through pockets. Not go through pockets. Like there's no bottom to them. I'm sorry, I don't know what it's called. The only bottom is here, so you have really long stuff here. Like I have a long piece of paper up here that has the days of the week. And then I have this piece of stationery here. And this was one of the items that we made. I think it was this called Z-fold or tri-fold? Anyway, this is the one I put the glitter glue on. I don't use nail polish. I don't like the smell, but I had some glitter glue, so I used that on there. And there's a little tag here. And here's a little piece of paper to write on. And another paper on the back. So this is from the Blue and Birds too. This is the, oh, is it called Peekaboo? What is it called? No, it's not Peekaboo. Oh, digital diagonal peekaboo pocket. And then I just have another piece of paper back there. Oops. This is the other side of that torn pocket thing, and these are from the master board. We had to make a master board, and I made journaling cards out of that, so they're going through here. This is the other side of that junk mail thing up, flap up thing, and here's another piece of the master board. That's the end of the second signature, and here's the third signature. And this is like, I don't know what you'd call it. It's just like I took the postcard page, folded it up, and made two pockets. So there's a pocket coming out the other side. And here's more of the master board. And then there's two pockets here, and this has the keeping pocket, which this particular kind, Big Mama Sandy Moore showed us how to make on the get together. It's made out of a coffee filter, and inside I have a vintage calling card that has a peacock on it, although it looks like she stole a bunch of the peacock feathers, so I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, it has an interesting feel to it. And then this is just a card I made to go in extra. This is the vellum side tuck edge. And this is the, oh my goodness, tall pocket from an envelope. And I just put an extra tag in here. And I did some paper quilting on this. This is the over the page waterfall with notes. And I have the clip-in on it. I made this at the get together from a barrette. This is one of those barrettes. And I took this, the back side of the card. Actually, it's the same card as this, but this was on the back, you know. And I have that under here with paper on it. And then I made this a waterfall, but I also have more than one page of each thing on here. So it's also notes, and it's made with the note paper. This just folds out so you got more place to write. More space to write. This is, I'm using it as a tuck spot, but it's also the hidden journaling card. And inside I used, what is this called? A guest check, you know, for like when you go to the diner. It'll be easier when I take this out, I think. Okay. And behind it was the invitation. Maybe I should glue this part. What's it called? Invitation enclosure. So I have I think this is tracing paper and a DearJulieJulie digital and a ribbon and the bling. That's about as much bling as I do. And this is some more of the masterboard. This is, I can't think of what this is called. I have my puzzle piece there. I have a an altered playing card. I made it so you could write on the back. What I do is I glue this on here. I don't even have to sand it usually, because what I do is I glue it and I put paper down and I leave it there for like a day. And then I come back and I start tearing the edges. I don't put glue over the numbers usually. I start tearing the edges and then I take the distress ink and I start distressing it. So I can't remember who I learned that from. And then here's some paper in here and a tag. That's a digital tag. And this is my wallet folio. And it opens like this. And this. And there's paper here to write on. Little things to put You can put things in there. Wait a minute, does this go up first? No, that goes up last. Oh. This is the other side of that set of pockets that's made out of the postcard page. And this is my X-ray pocket with journaling card or with whatever insert, and I did this one as my distressed one where I tore up the sides of it, and it's also wiggle. I have a brad on here that lets you wiggle, and it's also these things, index cards. So I didn't have dark, like it seemed like we were supposed to have like a dark colored vellum, and I did have a little piece of vellum, and it has these little dots on it. I don't remember who gave it to me, but I just took the distressing ink and colored it a little so it was darker. And then this is from the Blue and Birds 2 also, and then I just put a, I forget what these are called. I can't think of what they're called. It's a kind of card. It's another system of journaling. So I also want to show you my mini challenge in the challenge. Mine isn't as fancy as some others, but here mine opens up like this. Here's the fabric. I really think I glued this. I mean, when I made it, I didn't know the way that Julie showed it, where she did the sides over here first and then folded it and did this side. I just went down in and tried to glue it. I tried to glue it this way from the inside. But anyway, I added this piece of, not cardstock, but not junk journal paper. Oh my goodness, scrapbook paper here, because what I did was all the stuff that I was making as I made it, I put it in here, the little side items. And then I thought, well, if I have this to go over, that'll keep the stuff from falling out. You know what I mean? It just kind of slides in there. So I liked having that. So as I finished each thing, like if I finished a little card, I just put it in there, which I used to just put it in something on my shelf over here, and then I was afraid I might drop it somewhere, but have it over here with my box of stuff. You don't want to see what my desk looks like. But earlier today, Julia was asking, how much glue do you have on your desk? Well, here is some of my glue. And then I also have this, which I kind of messed this up. The needle got stuck inside. I don't know how to fix it. I haven't been able to get it out. Like, it's detached from this top part. I just started using this to try it out. It's working well so far. I mean, I like it for thin little pieces. Like, I liked using it on this butterfly. You know what I mean? So I could get little thin pieces on there. But I mostly, these are the two glues I use the most. And I also have this, which I use for fabric. And I have this, which I used on the board, the master board, which I make a mess when I use this stuff. So anyway, let me put this back over here. Oh my goodness. Well, I also have this glue here, but I haven't used it in a long time, and I can't even get it to open. If you've ever used this stuff, you know, I don't even know if I should put it in the trash can, because this stuff is so dangerous. Anyway. So, that's all I got for today. Until next time, happy crafting!